This is the number one reason why situationships are garbage, trash, terrible, bottom of the barrel. The number one reason is simply because it will never become what you want it to be. Hello, beautiful people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Alison, certified dating and relationship coach, and I primarily work with busy professional women to move them from frustrated with dating to happily married. So you guys know that every Monday I do my Marriage Monday series, and I don't want you to be confused by the name. So Marriage Mondays simply means I'm teaching you what you need to know to get into a healthy, happy marriage. So let's get into it. This is the number one reason why situationships are garbage, trash, terrible, bottom of the barrel. The number one reason is simply because it will never become what you want it to be. And that's it. Very simply, end video, roll credits. It will never become what you want it to be. And this is why. If you desired a long-term committed relationship with this gentleman, then he wanted it too, then he would create it for you. He would create it with you. Guys are not confused. Guys are not foolish. They may be a bit simpler in their approaches, but they are not dumb. They know what they want. They know when they want it. They know how to get it. So if this gentleman ever wanted something more from you than a simple situationship, he would say it. Now, it may not be, hey, will you be my girlfriend? Are you going to wear what they used to do in Saved by the Bell? Are you going to wear my varsity jacket? You're going to wear my pin? You might not get that. It might be, girl, stop playing with me when you're going to get off those dating apps. Oh, I saw that name pop up. What's up? Like, what we doing here? What we doing here is enough, right? Oh, this is my girl, Allison. This is my bro, blah, blah, blah. Introduction to parents with a title. Not just, this is Allison, right? Like, this is my girl, this is my woman, this is my whatever language that folks tend to use depending on where you live, right? There's no confusion. Gentlemen are not, and when I say gentlemen, I mean men. I don't want you to think I mean nice men. I mean men, like males, right? Men. They know what they want. They know when they want it, okay? And what they want might be complicated, and they may be afraid that you won't be willing to give it. What they may want is you and others. And they may recognize that if they give in to you and commit to you the way that you desire, then I guess morally it would be inappropriate for them to see other people. And so having this flexibility of being able to have access to you, being able to have sex with you, but being able to sleep over and eat your food and go out and have fun and do relationship type things without the title gives them the space to be able to do that and still run in the streets without the guilt, without having to hide, and without being the bad guy. So that's the issue that we need to take up, is that you need to create the boundary of, I will not accept this. So we spoke about guidelines before, right? You are establishing softly what you want and what you don't want from the beginning. This is not something that you're going to tack on 6 months in. Y'all already been intimate. You already done met kids. We done picked people up from the airport. We done met grandma. We done dropped off medication. And now you want to talk about, well, this is my standard and this is what I expect. Absolutely not. It doesn't work that way. Instead, your guidelines from the beginning is, hi, I'm Allison. James, it's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, yes. You know, what are you doing on this app? You're so handsome. You're so pretty, whatever that might look like. Well, you know, I just got out of a relationship, or I got out of a relationship 6 months ago, or I'm getting serious about my romantic life, and I really do want to build a lifelong partnership with my forever plus one. That's real artsy, but you get the point, right? Or I want to be in a committed relationship because I want to build a family. It's important to me that I get married. I believe in the institution of marriage. I believe in the institution, whatever, right? Whatever that looks like, and you can use the language that suits you best, but you should be guiding the conversation as to what you want from the beginning. When I work with my clients in my coaching program, The Partner You Deserve, I write their dating profiles for them. And there are 3 places where I make it abundantly clear, up to 3, depending on the app. Sometimes it's 2. 3 places where I make it abundantly clear on their behalf what they're looking for. And anyone who's in my coaching program is looking for a long-term committed relationship at minimum, or a long-term committed relationship that leads to marriage, okay? So they're looking for those things. We're going to say that in the bio. We're going to say that in the radio buttons. Those are those black toggle buttons, what you're looking for. And you're going to say it in your prompts, those drop down where you fill in the blank. You're making it abundantly clear. If I were to meet a gentleman in person, we're at an event, he's flirtatious, he asked for my number, that first phone call, well, James, it was lovely to meet you at such and such event, and I got the impression that you were interested in me romantically. Did I pick up the right vibes? Well, obviously, Alice, that's why we're on the phone now. Like, why are you playing? Okay, well, what are you looking for? I'm not, and this whole dance around, I'm so afraid to bring it up because I might ruin things. You're ruining yourself. You're ruining yourself. Because what happens is now you're becoming jaded, angry, confused, not knowing what direction you're going in. If you've been following me at all, y'all know how I feel about situationships. They are the worst. Single, dating, committed relationship, engaged, married. That's the trajectory. There's no space for situationships. The fact that we even created a word is foolishness. Because what it does is it validates something that's problematic, has no clear vision, has no boundaries. Single is single. Dating is dating. That means I'm seeing other people, and so should you, to see who's the best fit. Committed relationship means it's you and only you. I'm not seeing, sleeping with, spending romantic time, flirting with, anything that folks want to define as cheating. I ain't doing it because it's just you and me. Engaged means there's an intent for us to be legally married. Legally married means legally married. Legally. Right? So all that wifey and all that kind of language is foolishness that we will not accept here on this page. And neither should you. And so this situationship will never become what you want it to be, because if he wanted what you wanted, he would have created it for you already. He would have given you that safety and security. A lot of conversation about men providing security. And I think, again, because relatively speaking, men are very straightforward. They're thinking about if someone robs the place, if someone tries to grab you up in the street, like they're thinking like violence and protecting you from violence. And the part of the conversation that's missing and the clarity that's not given to men, and we're just not discussing it enough, is that protecting me also means protecting my heart. That means there's no woman who's DMing me on Instagram talking about, I need to talk to you woman to woman. That means I have no fear that when you go out with your friends, you are actually with your friends and you're gonna come back home at the time that you designated that you would come back home. That's the security that's daily. The chances of someone breaking into our house is what? 1 in, I don't wanna say 1 million, because I don't know the actual stat, but I'm sure it's in the thousands. Right? Maybe once in our lifetime. The likelihood of some guy being inappropriate when you're around is what? Once every 10 years? And I'm sure it will continue to diminish the older that we get, right? So this idea of protection is not only physical. Oh, well, you need men to protect you because what if somebody breaks in? What's the chances? The chances of you breaking my heart versus someone breaking in is way higher. That's the protection that is paramount to any kind of physical protection than what we need in the society that we live in right now. Now, if we get into a Walking Dead situation, I might dead ass need you to protect me on a daily basis. Other than that, that's the protection that we're talking about. Securing my heart. And so if he desired to secure your heart, he would have. If he desired to secure you, to get you off the market, to not risk any chance whatsoever that somebody might snatch you up and he may no longer have access to you physically or otherwise, he would have done it. This thing is not changing. This situationship is not shifting to a romantic one. It does not work that way. It will never work that way. And so what you need to do instead is accept this to be true, accept it to be fact, and stop hanging on to anecdotes. Well, my cousin's friend, sister's aunt, somebody said that, yeah, there was somebody who 3 years in. Stop hanging on to anecdotes. That is not what is average. That's not what's normal. And that's not what's going to happen for you. You are more likely to end this relationship and start anew with someone that you are clear on what you want, and they are clear that they want those same things in life. The dating process is to see whether or not you want it together. That's what the dating process is. This is not an opportunity for you to gallivant and just do whatever the hell you want to do under the guise of I'm single so I could do whatever. And that's the last point I want to leave you on. Why would you want to be with someone who could potentially throw that in your face anytime you try to hold them accountable. Well, I'm not your man, you're not my girl, so we free to do whatever. And if you did whatever, it would be a problem, and you know that. You should not accept the bare minimum. You haven't accepted it as a professional. You haven't accepted it in your education. You haven't accepted it in your health and in your fitness. You wouldn't accept it anywhere else. So why would you accept it in probably the most important aspect of your life, which is your romantic life? Today is the end of it all. You need to cut this gentleman off. If you are a gentleman watching this and it's a lady who's wasting your time, you need to cut this lady off. You deserve more. You deserve better. Now you need to cut them off and be strategic as you navigate the dating scene once more. Got it? Good. All right, beautiful folks, as we wrap up, if you need more support, if you need more guidance around your dating and relationship life, I need you to check out my website, alignwithallison.com. And if you are serious about transitioning, about transforming your love life, around shifting from being frustrated with dating to happily married in the next 6 months, not happily married in the next 6 months, commit a relationship in the next 6 months, but you get my point, because that's my goal for you. My goal for all my clients is that they're in a committed relationship with someone who is marriage-minded in the next 6 months. Then go ahead and schedule your consultation. Click the link above, below, in the comment section, in the description box, all the places where links can be, so that we can work together and I can move you, like I've moved over 250 people, to a healthy, happy relationship that finally leads to marriage. All right, folks, it's been a pleasure.